Now, I want to talk about this Hennessy, man. Let's get into this. We got more people in the building. Let's talk about Hennessy, all right? Miami's on fire, and I don't appreciate that. I don't appreciate my city's on fire right now. Hennessy came all the way from New York. There's a transgender that came from New York that came to Miami sleeping with men. Unbeknownst to them, they don't know that this is actually a man, right? This guy, not to say this guy, but she's a transgender. Right now, this is we're not attacking the transgender community nor the LGBTQT community, all right? But this is a little bit disturbing because she's using this right now to expose men. She's exposing a lot of people. Now, I could see if you was exposing people that knew that you was a transgender and still was rocking with you, that's understandable. But to my understanding, you hoodwinked people. Hennessy, to my understanding, you hoodwinked people. You finessed people. You disguised yourself. You didn't reveal your true gender. You didn't reveal that you was a transgender. And my question to you guys is, if you're a transgender and you get with a heterosexual, is it your responsibility to reveal that to that person that you're with? To me, I think that they should make a law about that. You shouldn't be able to be a transgender. Well, let me be a little careful with this, right? I'm asking you guys a question. If somebody's a transgender, should they be able to sleep? Should they be able to sleep with a heterosexual, but without revealing that they're transgender? Should they be able to do that? Because at this point, she has like 30 people under her belt. All right, this Hennessy person has 30 people, supposedly 30 people that she slept with in Miami. Over 30 people. Let's say that. And like I said, some of them were celebrities. Some of them was rappers that we know of. I'm not going to say no names. You guys can put the names in the comment section. But there's some rappers that Hennessy slept with. All right. Also, Hennessy slept with some athletes and some scammers out here. And I'm familiar with a lot of scammers. I'm familiar with this is my city. So I know everybody in this city. All right. So I'm pretty sure people that she's naming I probably met before, I've seen before, right? And I've seen some gentlemen, I've seen some people on social network admitting to coming in contact with Hennessy. I don't know how far does that go. I don't know if they slept with him because I didn't really look at the whole clip, but they were mentioning it on social network that they ran into Hennessy at Club Mansion, right? And Hennessy's basically exposing people. Now, Hennessy's opened up some Instagram pages, right? And it looks like Hennessy's pages are getting shut down. So I don't know if that's the people that actually came into contact with her that's shutting down her pages because they don't want to get exposed. Is it people that actually slept with Hennessy that's shutting down her pages because they don't want to get exposed? Let me know, Miami. I don't know, but I know she came to disrupt the city. At this point, all right, they're trying to compare us to ATL at this point. They're actually attempting to they're attempting to compare Miami to ATL, if that's even possible. Shout out to ATL. No disrespect to ATL, but you guys know you guys have a big community out there like that. Miami's not really known for that. We got South Beach now. We got South Beach, and in the city, in Liberty City, certain areas, you know, it goes down, you know. But we don't have a prominent community in South Florida like that. And how could one incident tie us with ATL? Stop playing. There's no way this one incident can compare us to ATL, to Atlanta, Georgia. There's no way. No way on God's green earth. There's no way. No way. All right. Like I told you guys don't know there's a transgender girl that's come down. A transgender man, I guess, transferred into a woman, came down. No disrespect, because I'm educating me now. I'm trying to tread light with this, right? Because like I said, I don't want to offend the LGBTQT. Excuse me, I'm missing a couple of letters there. I don't want to offend their community at the same time, because you will get shut down when you're talking about certain communities, right? And I don't want to get shut down. This is only our 4th episode. I don't need to get shut down. All right. But like I said, Hennessy now coming from New York, came to Miami, and she's sleeping with a lot of Miami natives, all right? A lot of Floridians in South Florida. Like I said before, she slept with some celebrities. I don't know which celebrities. I'm curious to know what celebrity. I know one, but I don't want to really say no name. Well, let's say it. Somebody said something about chaotic. Now, this is allegedly. This is a legend, right? And I would love to have chaotic on the show, you know, just to clear his name. Because I don't know if that's true. I don't know if that's true. Because guess what? You remember that Chingy issue where Chingy was basically they had Star, the transgender, a girl named Star, which was a transgender, proclaimed that she slept with Chingy. And that was a lie in actuality, but most people thought it was the truth, right? Because evidently the label that he was on, he got dropped from that label subsequently because of that rumor that she proclaimed. She came out and said she slept with Chingy, and it was bye-bye Chingy. We didn't see Chingy no more. There was no more jackpot. Chingy was gone, all right? If you don't know, Chingy was the one that was signed to, I think he was signed to Ludacris. A kid named Chingy that was from Missouri. All right, he's from St. Louis. All right, you guys remember Chingy? I like it when she threw it right there, right there. Chingy, right? If you don't know, Chingy got hit with a rumor about sleeping with a transgender, in which the transgender came out and proclaimed it that she slept with Chingy, in which that transgender was lying. So how we know she's not lying about chaotic? How we know she ain't lying about chaotic? This is what I want to know. How we know she ain't lying? Like I said, I would love for chaotic to come on the show and clear his name, brother. Clear your name, brother. Right? It's not the saying that you have to clear your name, because I'm pretty sure your name's on fire right now. It's all over the internet, and you're getting more attention with that. And in these days and times, people are more accepting of that type of behavior in these days and time. So maybe it's not in your best interest to reply to it right now. Maybe you want to let the momentum build. You want to let the attention build and juice the system, right? Because your name is all over the internet. With that being said, you're going to get more interviews, right? But eventually, I'm pretty sure you're going to want to clear your name if that's not the case. But if it is the case, hey, like I said, in these days and times, people don't get judged as much. People definitely don't get judged as much in these days and time, right? But like I said, the transgender that goes by the name of Hennessy, and I don't drink Hennessy. I'm a Patron drinker, no pun intended, but I've been stopped drinking Hennessy. All right. That's crazy. I know that she put a bad name on Hennessy. I don't think nobody wants to drink Hennessy no more after this situation. I don't think nobody feels comfortable to drink Hennessy no more because of this situation. All right. She gave Hennessy a bad name. And if you guys don't know, like I said, I'm going to repeat this. A transgender named Hennessy came from New York and flew down to Miami, and supposedly she slept with over 30 men in Miami. Talk about it. Celebrities, scammers, rappers, athletes. I'm curious to know what athletes. This transgender, man, let me tell you something. Let me say something. I find it hard to believe. I find it hard to believe that a transgender could fool you like that. We as men, we got spider senses, all right? Our spider senses go to tweaking. We as men, we got spider senses. I find it hard to believe that nobody was able to know that this person was a transgender. Nothing, not one inclination, nothing crossed your mind. Your antennas didn't go off. When you, let me say something, when you close to Most High sends you messages. But sometimes we be inebriated. I don't know if we was drinking at the time. I don't know if these men were doing drugs. They was drinking in the club, because that can throw off your judgment, right? But I find it hard to believe out of 30 men, nobody had an inclination. Your spider senses didn't go off telling you, your spider senses didn't go off and tell you that this is a transgender. No, out of 30 men, all y'all couldn't have been fooled. Some of these men had to be aware that this was a transgender, that this was a man. So, or what was a man at one point. Somebody had to be aware. Out of 30 men, I know it's not, there's no way she fooled 30 men. There's no way Hennessy fooled 30 men. Though I'm pretty sure these men were probably in the closet, and they would love to lead you to believe that they were fooled, that they were finessed, that they were bamboozled. They would love to lead you to believe that, but we know. Come on, Miami. We know. Some of these men, some of y'all knew that was a transgender. Some of y'all knew that was a transgender. Can't fool me. Can't fool me. There's certain characteristics, man. There's certain Now, I'm not really familiar with the transgender community, but you know, we hear about certain things. I mean, one time this girl told me, if you ever see somebody wearing glasses in the club at night, that is a characteristic of a transgender. Now, I'm not assuming that everybody that wears glasses in the club at night is transgender, because that would be foolish, right? But she definitely made me start wearing glasses at night. I remember one point I had my little Biggie Versace glasses and I was in the club rocking my shades. But when she told me that, I never wore shades in the club ever again when she brought that to my attention, all right? So she told me that some gay men or transgender men wear glasses in the club at night. That's a characteristic. So like I said, we all are familiar with certain characteristics of that community. And you can't tell me out of 30 men, nobody was aware that that was a transgender. Now, they say that she got the nip and tuck. She got the nip and tuck. You know what I mean? Man, let me tell you something. Some of these men, I'm hoping that they come out and tell their story. I'm hoping that. And I want to know, I'm curious to know how you guys feel about that. Like, is it fair that a transgender can fool a heterosexual man? Is it fair for a transgender to confuse to fool a heterosexual? Is that fair? To be honest with you, I feel like there should be a law against that. There should be a law against that. Now, imagine if this transgender has some footage. But keep in mind, that's considered revenge porn, right? So if that footage is leaked, she can be prosecuted for that if she reveals this footage, right? Exposing these dudes. But like I said, out of 30 men, you can't tell me your spider senses didn't go off.